Okay, it's, what the hell time is it? It's about 1:35 now, Friday. And I got enough creature comforts restored and worries off my mind to be bored. Prior to this, I was either busy as hell for 12 hours a day or exhausted. So here I am, put a blanket on me because my back's killing me. And I got my bed stripped and I got clean pillowcases. Still gotta put my sheets on. I haven't taken a shower yet, but I'm too fucking tired to fill the fucking thing. Anyway, I'm gonna write all this shit down later, but I thought I'd recap the whole week and have some notes for myself. So, Friday we had a big ass Cat 5 storm coming, who the fuck knows where. It was either coming up the East Coast, or it was coming up the West Coast, or it was coming right up the middle of the state where I am. Alright, then it changed over to, well, it was going up the West Coast. And it was going to slam Tampa. Well, and then it's going to, boom, come right up the middle, and it did. I think the eye came about 20 miles to the west of us. Anyway, Friday, I managed to make arrangements and actually got in Chateau Elan, the hotel on the Sebring racetrack, which is really a pretty nice hotel, but they had their generator blow up and lost power pretty quickly, so there were no services. I had one free breakfast over there, and I think that was about it, and one very expensive dinner, and a lot of stupid people running the place, and or obnoxious people that thought they were the Chateau Elan police telling me to go to my room and lock myself in, which wasn't going to fucking happen. Anyway, we went over there to spend Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. Chateau Elan wasn't too bad, other than it was hot as a bastard, locked up in a room, particularly when a storm rolled through, because you couldn't really open any windows. But I went down 3 flights of stairs to take the dog out back and have a cigarette, because there was no smoking hotel. And did a lot of those trips with me and the dog and a pack of smokes. Sunday, the storm rolled in, beat the shit out of the place. Other than blowing up the generator at the hotel, it didn't do that much damage to the hotel or the track even. It knocked a couple signs over and scattered some shit here and there, but not too bad generally. Monday morning, I started a load out, which was an ordeal. Hauling all that shit down and getting it packed into the Jimmy, considering I had made 2 trips with the Jimmy loaded up. And we got packed out. Actually, I came over by my lonesome Monday morning, got a look, the fucking street was flooded. I didn't leave the road. I didn't try to negotiate my driveway. I ran into my road enough to try to get a look into my backyard, which was flooded. And I knew right then my back room was fucking underwater. So, didn't do much else. Looked for some landmarks sticking out of the water so I know where the water was. Had to drive in here by mailboxes, otherwise I'd be off in a 2-foot ditch off the side of the road and stuck forever. Anyway, back to the hotel, started loading out. Got over here sometime or another Monday, I don't know. Obviously no internet, no power, and no water because my pump was underwater. I don't have city water. I have a pump and a well. My septic tank was somewhat above water, but I didn't want to risk the toilets backing up in here. A real mess. Had been uninhabitable. Anyway, Monday, hot as a bastard. No, nothing. I had some luminod lights and some other fake Coleman lanterns to run off the D cells, so we had lights. Phones and shit were still charged from the hotel. Tuesday, I think I got 45 watts of solar running in here. Pulled the battery out of the race car to feed the solar into the battery, and then run a 400 watt inverter to run a couple fans and charge phones. Didn't do much and ate the battery down pretty quickly. Next day, I added another 45 watts of solar. Stuck all the luminod, all the solar charged lights I have in the windows. Found that the chickens had survived and set a plate up on top of their little hutch so they could eat because they were wading around in 6 inches of water up on the perch that I had on the back part of their hutch. They were happy to see me. The garage didn't get flooded. My battery shed and my solar shed did get flooded. The pump house was underwater. Pretty fucked up. And over the next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day I improved everything. Yes, Thursday, what did I do? Oh, I went out and I got, Wednesday rather, I went out and managed to get 15 gallons of water because I didn't want to use bottled water to be cleaning dishes and cooking and cleaning up with. So I got 15 gallons of water from the fire department at Lake Placid. There's about $umpteen million worth of shit sitting in the Lake Placid fire department and not a soul around. So, anyway, their faucets were working, so I filled up my jugs. Didn't get much of anything else. Everything else was dead. I got some cigarettes, I think, out of the Citgo. Who, they were doing cash sales, but pretty much were dead. Oh, and I also bought about 20 bottles of single water bottles that nobody had noticed that were still relatively cold. Brought them back and threw them in the freezer, which, by the way, I had Thursday or Friday, cranked everything up full blast and froze a case and a half of bottled water in the freezer, so that lasted almost until today to keep the freezer cold. The fridge shit died in there pretty quick. Thursday I got my camp shower tied on the shower head in my shower, and we got that filled up, and both of us got a sit down shower. It was probably pretty funky, but it sure felt great after a week of this shit. And got out and couldn't really run the fans because we had 2 days overcast and the solar wasn't doing shit with the battery, so within 10 minutes sweating our ass off again, so we got 10 minutes of cleanness after a shower. My cat's taking it all in stride pretty much. The dog's been kind of a pain in the ass, but considering he's an outdoor dog and he's been allowed indoors because he's not that good of a swimmer, he's behaved pretty well. He just picked one towel that was down on the floor to piss on regularly, and he took a dump in the kitchen once, and that was it. Other than that, he's pretty good. Now that the water's going down, I'm afraid he's going to want to track through all that shit in the back room and go outside. If he wants to follow everybody around and see what's going on. Anyway, oh yeah, Thursday I tried to get the generator running. It was froze up. So Dennis came by here on one of his few sojourns and dropped off another 5 gallons of gasoline and some starter fluid and quart of 2 cycle. But anyway, generator wouldn't work, so he told me about some guy back on Lake June Road, almost a hand scratch that was fixing 4 other generators. And I said, alright, let's load it up. And Dennis backed his truck up and we got it on a tailgate. And he was wearing his new sneakers and didn't want to get in the water, so he's trying to walk across the side of the truck. And only everything outside was blistering hot from the sun, so he got a big surprise with that. Anyway, we got it loaded on board his truck, went out there, and I told him I need it by darkness, so there's going to be murder in this house. And he called me about then and said about 12 noon it was full of water and this, that, and the other. So that's Thursday. Had 90 watts of solar. That was iffy because we weren't having a lot of sun. Oh, first thing I did Monday is I set up my Coleman shit, and I had 2 burners to cook on, and nothing else until shit started to rot. Food was pretty easy to handle, and coffee, and managed a couple cups of coffee every morning. So anyway, that gets us back to Friday. Dennis called me Thursday and said, well, I'll have it to you by noon. I said, alright. So, suffered through a bad night because we had just about no fans, and it's well over 100 degrees in this box. And, anyway, loaded up, went out to Lake Placid. Oh yeah, Thursday, was it Thursday? Or was it Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going down 27, and my hood wasn't fully latched. I had trouble with it shorting out, and I had to disconnect the battery so it wouldn't be dead. And fucking around back and forth, I only latched the hood, the first latch, and I'm going down 27, about 55, 60 miles an hour, and the hood popped up and slammed me right in the fucking windshield. Fucked the hood up beyond all belief and shattered the windshield. So I had a ratchet strap, got out and hooked into the hood latch. I had 1 hinge left on the hood, so got it closed down, hooked on the hood latch, and hooked it down to my front pole rings, ratcheted that sucker down, and took off. That took me about 10 minutes to get over to Placid to get some cleanup water. And we're back to Friday. Oh. So Friday, feel like shit. Most of the shower water, cleanup water is gone, so I wanted to go out and get 15 more gallons of water. I was running low on cigarettes. Bottled water was getting down there, so anyway, made a run into Lake Placid. A lot of shit seemed to be open. Hit the Citgo down there, got cigarettes, some Febreze to clean up the stink from all this flooding, and a case of cold water. He had full power down there. He was also pumping gas, but the line was a mile long, and I still have about a half tank. Then I went over to a guy where I got my water, filled up 3 jugs, and I'm still fucking out of it. I went and turned off his hose, and walked right past my 3rd jug sitting there full, closed up the back of the Jimmy, and took off. So there's 5 gallons of clean water and a real nice jug sitting in the back of the trailer in this place. Stopped at Walgreens, got some more Febreze. No ice. Yeah, I've been looking for ice. And while I was at Walgreens, I got a hold of Dennis. He says, there's a generator sitting on your deck, another can of gas, some cords, and a couple cases of water. I said, okay, that's cool. I get back here, and he's over cutting my fence, and I ask him, hey, asshole, what the fuck are you doing to my fence? Whatever. The back of everybody's yards are dry, so we're making a road to get the fuck out of there through the yard. So my fence is down on both sides. Come in, and it's not my generator, but it's a loaner. I don't give a shit at this moment. It's only about half the power of my generator, but I only need enough to run a couple fans in the fridge. And I got my 10 gallons of water in here and all the other shit in here. I already had the cords running, so I plugged the cord in here and plugged in got a 5-way, plugged into the cord in here and plugged the fridge in. Actually cranked it up before I even came in here to make sure it was running. Flipped one of the breakers, and I come in here and no light in the fridge. Fan won't turn, so I went back out and flipped another one of the breakers and played tag with, is it on, is it on, is it on, is it running, yes, no, blah, 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 and finally, yeah, the fan's running. So come in, open the fridge, I got a light in the fridge, everything's running. Ran a second cord so I could have a fan in both rooms, and the fridge is running. So fridge is running, fans are running on full and still low because the full eats up the solar battery. Stripped my bed, trying to get human. I'm still going to take a shower a little later. Putting new sheets on my bed. And cook something up. I don't know what. I'm just too fucking tired. So that's kind of a half-ass recap of the week. It's been a full week. Bailed out of here on Friday, and it's Friday again. Got a hold of power company. They seem to, we have like localized power, which is Glades Power. And they're mostly down in Moorhaven, around Okeechobee and Clewiston and all that. And apparently they're working from that end north. And I'm on the very north end of their service, so I'll probably be the last one to get power. But fucking road's still flooded anyway, so they're not going to come in here until the road's dry. Not risk electrocution, and I can't blame them for that. So South Lake Placid, who I'm actually sort of in, is restored. North, not so much. They got crews out. A lot of their service area is restored. So he said Lake Placid by Sunday, and I've already got half of it restored. So if the water goes down, maybe I'll see power by Sunday. That'd be nice. But then I have this fucking mess to deal with. And it's going to be the chainsaw concerto around here for probably a week. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 big trees down. I got half of my oak tree down and a pine tree that I had out front down. My radio mast sheared off and went down. I have 2 more oaks out back that are down. My fence has been bulldozed by Dennis's monster fucking Navy truck that he backed in here like some kind of fucking tank. That made life simple and gave me a route out of here. So, that's the week. Out.